They're not telling you this, but you're getting robbed. Every single day you stay in the US, your retirement shrinks. While the average Social Security check is just $1,907 a month, rent alone in most US cities eats over $850 of that. Groceries? Up 21% since 2020. Healthcare? A joke. The average out-of-pocket for a retired couple is now $315,000 over their lifetime. But here's what they won't say on TV. There are countries where you can live like royalty for under $900 a month, pay zero tax on your Social Security, and get private health care for the price of a Domino's pizza. And no, these aren't risky war zones or places where you have to learn 5 languages to order coffee. These are US-friendly, quietly thriving, retiree-welcoming nations that are practically paying you to leave. So if you're tired of choosing between meds or groceries, watching your savings melt in the inflation furnace, or wondering how the hell anyone retires with dignity anymore, don't move out of the country. Upgrade your entire life. Here are 10 countries where Americans can live better, pay less, and finally breathe again. Number 10. Bulgaria, where old Europe meets your new budget. You want a place that feels like Europe, smells like Europe, but doesn't charge like Europe? Bulgaria is that unicorn. A full-on European Union member where your dollar gets treated like royalty and your retirement fund suddenly feels supercharged. We're talking monthly rent in cities like Plovdiv and Veliko Tarnovo starting at $250–400 for charming apartments that still have architectural bones older than the US Constitution. Add to that utilities that average $100 a month, and you've got a lifestyle that makes even minimalist FIRE retirees do a double take. But let's talk healthcare. Because what good is living cheaply if your knee replacement bankrupts you? Bulgaria's public healthcare system may not win luxury awards, but it's reliable and dirt cheap. And if you opt for private coverage, you're looking at $30–50 a month for full access to English-speaking doctors, same-day appointments, and clinics that rival Western Europe, all at a fraction of the price. Even dental care? Cleanings start at $15, and a crown will barely break $150. And here's a secret most travel blogs gloss over. Bulgaria offers a long-term residence permit for pensioners, and Americans are explicitly eligible. You just need to show proof of stable income. Think Social Security, pension, or investments. And boom, you're in. No major language hoops, no multi-year purgatory. The best part? Bulgaria is off the radar for most expats, which means no inflated expat tax. You'll eat local. Live local. And guess what? Even with the Cyrillic alphabet, younger Bulgarians speak English better than you'd expect, thanks to a decade of American movies and YouTube. So yes, Bulgaria is cold in the winter. But if you can handle a few snowy months in exchange for old-world beauty, low taxes, and absurdly low living costs, this just might be the best-kept European secret no one told you about. Number 9. Georgia, the country not the state, the Caucasus budget miracle. Now hold on, before your brain conjures peaches and SEC football, I'm talking Georgia the country, nestled at the crossroads of Europe and Asia. This place doesn't just fly under the radar, it ducks beneath it with ninja-level stealth. But here's why you need to know about it. Georgia offers one of the most generous visa policies in the world for Americans. You can stay for a full year, no visa, no paperwork, no drama. Then you can just leave and come right back. Rinse, repeat. Let's talk cost. You can live in the capital Tbilisi, a vibrant city with cafes, castles, and modern infrastructure for as little as $600, $800 a month all in. That's rent, utilities, high-speed internet, and more khachapuri cheese bread than your cardiologist would ever approve of. Rural areas? Cut that by 30%. Now here's where it gets wild. Georgia has no tax on foreign income. That means your Social Security, pension, or investment withdrawals, they're safe, not a dime touched. And if you want to start a small business, Georgia ranks number 7 in the world for ease of doing business according to the World Bank, beating countries like the Netherlands, Germany, and even Canada. Healthcare? Clinics in Tbilisi are modern, affordable, and shockingly good. Many doctors are trained in Europe or the US, and you can get top-tier dental work for under $100, or surgery for less than a fancy dinner in Manhattan. And here's the cultural kicker. Georgians love Americans. They're fiercely independent, staunchly pro-Western, and they've got some of the oldest winemaking traditions on Earth, dating back 8,000 years. Retirement in Georgia feels less like an escape and more like a VIP access pass to a region still undiscovered by mass tourism. Number 8. Nicaragua, the comeback kid of Central America. Let's get something straight. Nicaragua used to be off-limits. Political instability, protests, shaky headlines. But things have changed, fast. While everyone has their eyes on Costa Rica's rising prices, Nicaragua has quietly transformed into the budget retirement capital of Central America. And here's the kicker. Americans are not just welcome, they're actively wanted. Let's talk numbers. You can rent a 2-bedroom home with a garden, and maybe even a mango tree, for $350 to $500 a month in cities like Granada, Leon, or San Juan del Sur. Utilities? Around $60 a month. Healthcare? Affordable and competent, with expats paying out of pocket for most services at prices so low they feel fake. We're talking $10 doctor visits, $20 x-rays, and even $5 prescriptions. No insurance needed. The government's retirement residency program is designed for foreigners. Bring in $600 a month in verifiable income and you're in. Import household goods and even a car, tax-free. And yes, that includes Social Security. But here's the part no one tells you. Nicaragua isn't just cheap, it's breathtaking. Volcanoes you can sled down, pristine beaches with no tourists, and colonial cities with cobblestone streets and Wi-Fi strong enough for Zoom. It's got the beauty of Costa Rica without the sticker shock and the friendliness of rural Mexico without the expat bubble. Is it perfect? No. There are power outages, and yes, the politics are still a bit murky. But if you're looking to stretch a fixed income, own your home outright, and live in a country that values its retirees without pricing them out, Nicaragua might just be the comeback story of the decade. Number 7. Armenia, the quiet powerhouse of affordability and hospitality. Most Americans couldn't find Armenia on a map, but that might be your retirement power move. This little South Caucasus country, landlocked between Turkey, Iran, Georgia, and Azerbaijan, isn't flashy. But if you're looking for high-altitude living with low-altitude prices, Armenia might be your diamond in the rough. Let's crunch the numbers. Rent for a modern apartment in Yerevan, the capital, $300 to $450 a month. Utilities, another $60 to $80. Monthly groceries, around $150, even if you're splurging on fresh produce, meats, and enough lavish bread to wrap your dreams in carbs. And that's the capital. Step outside to cities like Gyumri or Vanadzor, and the costs drop even more. But what about healthcare? Here's a shocker. Private clinics are not only modern, they're incredibly affordable. Routine care, dental work, minor surgeries, all at 70–90% less than U.S. prices. And if you're over 63, Armenia's resident pensioners program means even deeper discounts on healthcare and public transit. The government has streamlined long-term visa options for retirees. And if you're of Armenian descent, you can apply for dual citizenship with all the perks. But even if you're not, the residency application is straightforward and affordable, especially compared to bureaucratic nightmares in Western Europe. Here's what no one tells you. Armenia has one of the fastest-growing tech hubs in Eastern Europe. That means high-speed internet, a youthful vibe, and an increasingly cosmopolitan atmosphere, especially in Yerevan. It's safe, clean, and filled with locals who are genuinely warm and welcoming, especially toward Americans. And yes, the winters are cold. But the trade-off? You'll live in a country where history is carved into mountainsides, hospitality is an art form, and your retirement dollars could last twice as long. Number 6. Colombia. High altitudes, low costs, and a surprising love for gringos. Now, I know what you're thinking. Colombia? Isn't that the land of narcos and danger? That's the outdated script. What Colombia has become in 2025 is a retirement paradise in disguise, especially in cities like Medellin, where eternal spring weather, jaw-dropping views, and cost of living numbers so low they should come with a warning label are the norm. Let's go hard on data. In Medellin, a fully furnished modern one-bedroom apartment in a safe neighborhood costs $400–600 a month. Internet? 15-month. A full meal with soup, juice, meat, rice, plantains, and salad at a local restaurant? 350. You didn't miss here. 350. The entire country feels like an early retirement cheat code. The migrant visa, Type M for pensioners, is specifically built for people like you. Just prove a monthly income of around $900 USD, and you're eligible for long-term residency, renewable with ease. Foreign retirement income? Not taxed. And the process? Surprisingly efficient for Latin America. Colombia's healthcare system is ranked higher than that of the U.S. by the World Health Organization in terms of efficiency and affordability. The EPS public health system offers full coverage for $30-50 a month, and many private hospitals in Medellin are internationally accredited, with English-speaking staff and U.S.-trained doctors. But here's what really makes Colombia shine. It doesn't just tolerate retirees, it embraces them. Expats are everywhere. From salsa-dancing retirees in Cali to coffee-sipping couples in the hills of Armenia. Yes, Colombia has a town named Armenia. You'll find vibrant communities where age is not a burden. It's celebrated. Colombia is proof that you don't need to choose between safety and affordability, warmth and healthcare, or culture and cost. You can have all of it. Just don't tell too many people. We wouldn't want to ruin the secret. Number 5. Paraguay, the country that quietly loves Americans. Let me ask you something. Have you ever even heard someone talk about retiring in Paraguay? No? Exactly. That's what makes it one of the smartest moves almost nobody is making. And if you've got a U.S. passport, you're about to unlock something incredibly rare. A safe, stable, dirt-cheap country that actively wants you to stay. Paraguay's got a population of just 7 million, but it's offering one of the most foreigner-friendly residency programs in the world. All you need is about $5,000 USD in a local bank, not income, just a deposit, and you qualify for permanent residency. Boom. No recurring visa stress, no interviews with 3 government departments and a guy named Jorge. Just sign, deposit, and relax. Now let's get to the jaw-dropping part. Rent for a 2-bedroom home in Asunción, Paraguay's capital, starts at $200 a month. Utilities? Another $50 to $70. You can eat out for under $3. Get a week's worth of groceries for $20, and high-speed internet, the good stuff, runs about $15 a month. No, that's not a typo. You might spend more on coffee back home per week than your entire grocery budget here. But what shocks most Americans isn't the price. It's the quality of life. Asunción is clean, green, safe, and packed with U.S. brands if you get homesick. Healthcare? The private system is high quality and shockingly affordable. $25 doctor visits, $400 surgeries, and English-speaking staff in major clinics. Retirees here don't skimp. They upgrade. Homes with balconies, housekeepers for 10-day, and fresh beef that's world-class because Paraguay is a major beef exporter. Oh, and taxes? No tax on foreign income. Your Social Security or pension arrives untouched and gets stretched further than you thought possible. Paraguay won't throw a parade for you moving there, but what it will do is give you peace, purchasing power, and one of the easiest retirement setups you'll find on the planet. No hype, no crowds, just pure, quiet value. Number 4, Turkey, where East meets West and your budget multiplies. Forget everything you think you know about Turkey. This isn't just a vacation spot with dramatic mosques and baklava. This is one of the cheapest, safest, and most U.S.-friendly retirement havens you've never considered. And the numbers don't lie. Thanks to recent currency fluctuations, the Turkish lira is so undervalued that your dollar essentially goes through a time warp. As of 2025, $1's over 30 Turkish lira. And that's made nearly everything cheaper for foreign retirees. Want to live in Istanbul? You can rent a furnished apartment with a view of the Bosphorus for $450-600 a month. Move inland or to the Aegean coast, and you'll find full villas with gardens for under $400. We're talking cities like Izmir, Antalya, and Fethiye, places with ancient ruins, turquoise waters, and weekly farmers markets where $10 fills your basket. Here's where it gets wild. Turkey offers a residency permit that's practically made for retirees. You don't need to invest in property or prove massive income. Just show $500, $1,000 a month in savings or pension, and you're eligible. And unlike some European countries, the process is shockingly efficient, handled locally, minimal bureaucracy, and low fees. Healthcare? Prepare to be impressed. Turkey has universal healthcare, and retirees can buy into the SGK system for around $60 a month. Many doctors speak English, and hospitals in cities like Istanbul and Ankara are top tier, regularly used for medical tourism. Dental implants? Around $400 each. Prescription meds? Often 90% cheaper than the US. And let's not forget the lifestyle. Turkey is a cultural goldmine. Hammams, beaches, bazaars, mountain villages, and more history than most European countries combined. Turkish people are warm, family-oriented, and believe deeply in hospitality. You'll never feel alone here, especially as an older American, who will often be treated with respect bordering on reverence. And taxes? No tax on foreign retirement income. You read that right. Your Social Security isn't touched. Your pension? Yours to spend. And with a cost of living 60–75% lower than in the US, you can finally afford the life you thought was out of reach. Number 3. Thailand, Southeast Asia's best-kept open secret. Yes, we all know about Thailand's beaches, elephants, and pad thai, but here's what they don't tell you. Thailand is one of the most retirement-optimized countries on Earth, and it treats American retirees like royalty on a discount. Want to stretch your dollar to absurd levels without sacrificing comfort? Welcome to the land of smiles and shockingly low prices. First, the visa. Thailand offers a retirement visa, non-immigrant OA, to Americans over 50. The requirements? Show $24,000 in savings or $2,000 a month in pension income. That's it. No need to buy property, no forced investments. Just prove you've got income, and you can stay long-term with annual renewals and even easier permanent residency options down the road. Now let's get into cost of living. In cities like Chiang Mai or Hua Hin, $1,000 a month buys you rent, food, transportation, internet, and even a few luxuries. Rent for a spacious air-conditioned apartment with a pool? $300–500 a month? Street food? Under $2 meal? Western groceries and restaurants? Available, but still 40–60% cheaper than back home. Healthcare is where Thailand blows minds. Bangkok and Chiang Mai have world-renowned hospitals with US-trained doctors and English-speaking staff. And the price? A full checkup with blood work and scans often runs $100 total. Minor surgeries? $1,000–2,000 instead of $20,000 in the States. Thailand isn't just cheap, it's cutting edge. And let's not forget, the Thai people are among the most respectful, friendly, and welcoming to elders. You won't feel invisible. You'll feel like you belong. Retirement here isn't about survival, it's about thriving. Daily massages, yoga, fresh fruit, and a pace of life that prioritizes wellness over worry. Taxes. Once again, no tax on foreign income. Your money is yours. And it buys you sunsets over the ocean, quiet temples, and a lifestyle so affordable you'll wonder how Americans are still paying $3,000 a month for rent in Phoenix. Number 2. Argentina, where inflation works in your favor. Seriously. This one's going to surprise you. Argentina, yes, the land of tango, steak, and economic chaos, might just be one of the best places in the world to retire right now. Why? Because its inflation is your opportunity. The Argentine peso has lost much of its value over the last few years, but for Americans with foreign income, that means your dollars have superpowers here. In Buenos Aires, you can rent a modern apartment in a trendy neighborhood for $250–400 a month. That's in the capital, by the way. Head to Mendoza or Cordoba, and rent drops to $200 or less. A steak dinner with wine, $6. Public transit across town, $0 30s. And groceries, including organic produce and fresh-baked bread, will cost you a fraction of your local Whole Foods run. Now, you might be wondering about stability, and fair enough. Argentina's economy is volatile, but for retirees living on US dollars, that volatility becomes a massive discount. You're paid in greenbacks while locals are scrambling to protect their savings. That means you can live at a level that would be luxury back home, all while preserving your nest egg. Residency? Argentina's pensioner visa requires just $2,000 a month in verifiable income, like Social Security. And it's surprisingly easy to apply. After just a few years of legal residency, you can even apply for citizenship if you want. Healthcare here is world-class and often free or extremely low cost. The public system is robust, and the private sector? Even better. Major hospitals in Buenos Aires are internationally accredited, and most doctors speak English. You'll get care that rivals U.S. standards, with costs so low they'll make your jaw drop. Argentines are warm, family-oriented, and obsessed with living well. Retirement here is slow lunches, sidewalk cafes, late-night conversations, and a deeply rooted love of culture and life. And yes, no tax on foreign retirement income. You keep it all. No questions asked. Number 1. Serbia, Europe's most affordable, underrated sanctuary. Ready for the plot twist? The number 1 U.S.-friendly country that no one tells you is this cheap to live in is Serbia. This Balkan nation, often ignored, occasionally misunderstood, has quietly become a haven for retirees who want European living without the European price tag. It's got modern cities, gorgeous nature, rich culture, and most importantly, a cost of living that's borderline unbelievable. In Belgrade, Serbia's capital, you can rent a modern one-bedroom apartment for $300, $400 a month. Utilities? Under $100. Dinner at a sit-down restaurant? $6 to $10 with wine. Grocery shopping for a week? $30. You could live here on $1,000 a month and still have enough left over for weekend trips to Budapest, Sofia, or the Adriatic coast. Residency is straightforward. Americans can enter visa-free for 90 days, and converting to temporary residence just requires proof of income or property. After 5 years, you're eligible for permanent residency and possibly citizenship. No massive investment required, just consistency. But here's what seals the deal. Serbia has no tax on foreign pensions. Your Social Security stays whole. Your retirement accounts are untouched. And healthcare? Serbia's public health system covers residents, but many expats opt for private clinics where English is spoken. Wait times are short, and prices are stupidly low. Think $20 doctor visits and $50 for complex diagnostics. Serbians are warm, witty, and fiercely proud of their country. You'll find live music on the streets, centuries-old monasteries in the mountains, and a cafe culture that rivals Paris, minus the snobbery and the bill. You won't feel like a tourist, you'll feel like part of the neighborhood. Retiring in Serbia feels like getting into Europe through a secret back door. And once you're in, you may never want to leave.